What's going on, guys? It's Noble here, and today I am bringing you the second episode of the Racenet challenge series, which I started earlier in the week. The first video looked like it got a great response, so I want to thank you for the comments and feedback you guys gave me, as it gives me good motivation to keep the series going, as well as trying to improve the series as it moves forward. But yeah, today I'm bringing you the second episode, which is around the Bahrain circuit in the wet whilst driving the McLaren, so it's effectively the fastest time you should theoretically be able to get on the game. It'll be the same format as last week with the setup and analysis of the lap, so yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and the setup will be coming in a few seconds. So yeah, here we are. We're probably pretty similar to the dry setup actually, which is, I think, a few people will find quite surprising. The only real change being with the gearbox. I find many people get fixed on the fact that because it's in the wet they feel they need to change their style and setups drastically to combat that, but in reality the only thing you really need to change is the amount of pressure you input onto your throttle and brake pedals or triggers if you're using a pad. But as always, the key to a fast lap time is being slow into the corner and fast out of it, so making sure you focus much more on the exit speed you achieve rather than the entry will be crucial, especially in the wet, as with no traction, if you're using no traction, it really does make it difficult to limit that wheel spin or try and keep the car pointing in the right direction as the car is spinning its rear wheels. But yeah, we're now heading out onto the track and you'll see how I do. So we come into the final corner, trying to make sure we get a pretty good run out of here. Try and get on the curves as early as possible without the back end stepping out, and then drive to the line using up pretty much all of the curves, and then not using any as you start the lap. You want to save that for later in the lap. But a relatively short gearbox as we try and maximise our acceleration down the straights, braking just as the curb starts and then turning in nicely, hit the apex into first. Still not on full throttle here until about now, where you can really let the car go, get on the curves a little bit, and then power up towards turn 4. Braking at the 100 metre board down into second, taking a nice sort of late apex, and then shifting into third, roughly through the middle of the corner, making sure you keep the back end in check as it will try and step out. Through the first sector, up into 6th, eventually down to 4th, before flicking back into 5th for the left-hander, before we come into this tight right hairpin, which we are going to take in 2nd. Using all the track on the exit, trying to minimise that wheel spin again, as it will cost you a little bit of time if you spend too long on the rev limiter. Difficult braking zone here. Just want to try and put as little pressure as possible on as you avoid locking, especially with high brakes. See, you missed the apex a little bit there, but it hasn't cost us too much time as we power down this next straight using more curves. On the left there'll be 100, I think it's the 50 metre board sign that you just want to brake at, and then down into third, run the car right out wide, shifting through the gears and then keeping it nailed flat through this long right-hander towards the end of the second sector. Down into third, taking again a nice late apex to get a really good run down towards the final corner, getting back on the rest of our curves. Final corner really is a problem on this track, very bumpy as it's sort of over the curb, but the trick is to try and launch it over the curb, braking at the white line for the DRS detection. It's like I said, launch it over the curb, run it right out wide, getting on the power nice and early, and then driving towards the line where we achieve a lap time of 1:37.215. I think that says from here, I can't really see it to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, no assists used even in the wet, so a pretty solid lap, if I do say so myself, without sounding big-headed at all. But yeah, for some reason, not uploaded to Racenet this week, again like last week, so it seems like myself and quite a few other gamers on a variety of platforms are having this issue, which is a shame, but as you'll see at the end of the video, it was enough to take the #1 spot on the leaderboard for the Xbox side of things. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did, then do please like and favourite, as well as possibly subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as it does mean a lot to me and it gives me more motivation to keep bringing you guys a variety of videos. But for now, I'll leave you with the replay cameras to take you through the lap, and I'll also take this moment to wish you all a happy Christmas. Hope you all have a good time, and I will probably be releasing another commentary video for the next Racenet event sometime between Christmas and New Year. So yep, I'll leave you with the rest of this replay, and I'll catch you again soon, guys. It's bye for now.